Do you have any funny, memorable experiences that you had here at the clearance center that come to mind? Just maybe that one instant that you may have laughed and still sticks in your mind?
No. No, not really. Well, I can think of one, but hey, this is we want to keep this rating.
Not offhand, no. But if it did, I'm sure it included you.
Hi, my sister met this short little boy.
And they thought they could.
I can remember when Tim took over as ready-to-wear manager, which he was so happy to get promoted to. He was just joyful. And he asked what one thing, just one little thing that we would love for him to accomplish. And we told him to zap the customers when they pulled the tickets off the merchandise.
And did he ever do it?
No.
My most memorable, funny moment was when Tim jumped up on the towel table, the bath towel table, right? And fell asleep on the towels.
Was he just faking asleep or was he really sleeping?
No, he was snoring. And we all felt that he was a little cold, so we took some towels and we piled the rest of the towels on top of him, right? We got him a pillow. This was after the store closed, though. And he slept while we all picked up on the floor.
Any funny, memorable moments come to mind?
Yeah, Tim's going away. He never got away. We caught him, we mooned him, and he got stuck. He couldn't get away. What was that? Tim, that wasn't your thumb, was it? No.
When I saw you bagging the customers' merchandise, that was funny.
Because I only did it one time or what?
No, I've seen you do it a couple times. That was funny.
Oh, God.
I remember when this short guy, I think his name was Tim.
It's sort of a bulky type stud, right?
Yeah, kind of. We were having a pillowcase fight over in domestics.
Yeah.
And I think he was a wannabe assistant manager back then, you know, and he tried to, you know, quell our ruckus over there. So when he was turned around to walk away, I tagged him in the back and I blamed it on Shirley.
And like off the
That
bat.
time I put water on the floor and you slipped on it.
Is that it?
That was it.
I think the day we were in electronics and Ruben jumped up and then sat down on the stool and it collapsed under him. Oh, that was very funny.
Ruben sat on the stool.
He didn't sit on it though, he jumped on it.
Well, he sat on it first, then he jumped on it afterwards.
And tell our viewing audience what happened after that.
Well, Ruben landed flat on his butt, and the stool was in a couple of pieces.
That's who broke it.
And, well, it was a good laugh for everybody.
Do you remember when Pat tripped on one of those little plastic ties for the boxes? That was a good moment there.
Well, that time, we have to ring that stupid bell all the time.
Uh-huh.
Yes, well, one time, I'm known for being impatient, so I ring it nice and hurried, And then Sylvia comes running out. She goes like this, She gets up like...
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. They opened the door.
I'd have to say when Nat Flatter hit Chris Blake and scored in the forehead with a hanger.
Oh, that's right.
About halfway across the floor.
Beating Jane in the head with a pillow over in domestics.
Yeah, but everybody's done that.
Well, I had to experience it for myself first.
For service?
Customer service. The time that some guy jumped all over my case, I just asked him if I could help him out, but he'd start swearing at me and everything else like that. And I was reprimanded for it, which I feel it was uncalled for.
This Oriental lady and this lady with a German accent were fighting over the table that they wanted to buy.
How about when those two customers were fighting over purses? We used to have clothing and there was a brawl and they were trying to call the police. That was kind of funny.
There was one lady, remember we don't have holes, no holes here? And there was one lady who left with me a jacket, leather jacket. It was a nice jacket. And then that lady who left it with me went inside the fitting room. And then here comes a lady holding another jacket, but it's not the same kind. And that lady likes that jacket. And she asked me, "Is that on hold?" I said, "The lady is inside. trying some clothes on. But you don't have a hole here, he said.
They knew the policy.
Yeah, you don't have a hole here. Yeah, but the ladies inside is just trying it. I'm not holding it for her. I said, she just left it with me here. So she grabbed the leather jacket and ran away with it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And then I went inside and asked the lady if she still likes that jacket because somebody got a jacket from me, and she said, yeah, that's mine and I like it. I'm going to buy it. So that lady in the fitting room came out and ran after that lady.
What happened?
They almost both.
Did they? Who got it in the end?
In the end, I called up the security.
Oh,
The security took it from them.
Anything comes to mind? Is something you can remember fond of it?
Very fondly is trying to take racks with clothes out and people mugging you on the way out and having to guard the rack as you try to put it out.
I think when you had the big sales, like 75% off, everybody would run, you know, and knock you down and push you and like a bunch of cattle, you know.
I remember when you had clothes and it was like a cast of thousands lining up for the dressing room.
I like that first time I worked the fitting room. That was real fun. Great.
You're kidding.
Yeah, the clothes were so high it buried the phone, right? And I mean, I was practically in tears, and somebody said, well, why don't you pick up the damn phone and call? And I'm like, where is the phone? And I moved all these clothes, and there was the phone. I mean, it was great. Fun.
Were you there when all those big piles of clothes were in the stockroom?
Yeah.
And, you know,
and, when you
everybody picked it up.
Huh? Anna?
Annie.
Annie. We threw her in the clothes and in the span. Yeah.
But
that was fun.
You had to climb up on top of that. It was all the way up to the ceiling, you know, and then try to get the hangers out and hang it up. And oh, that was a mess. That was a mess.
Inventory nights, those are great. Those are really fun. Everybody got together and we had potluck, and we stayed here for not the whole night, but half the night, counting every single piece of merchandise in the store, and that was pretty interesting. One year I had to do ties. This was a pain. There must have been about 3 tie racks, the circular ones, and there must have been about 1 million ties, and I had to count each one according to department and price. That was really difficult. That was hard.
Oh, you know, the inventories were always real great. I can remember the night we spent all night here at the old
yeah, I remember that.
You like to share with us?
The inventories were always nice because we had all the dinners at night, right? And then there was one time we had, what was it, Halloween, with all the games, and he was playing, that was fun. No.
I think it was the time when the roof on over in the carpets had a leak in it, and I had to spend the night, 2 nights in a row.
So do you have that machine?
Yeah, they had that pump over there.
Uh-huh.
Like they had all that plastic stuff all over coming down from the ceiling to the floor, and those waiting pools to catch the water in case it fell in.
And what did you do at night here?
Slept.
Slept? Watch a little TV?
Yeah, watch TV.
On a sofa?
On a sofa. I even brought my guitar to amuse myself.
The funniest thing was I guess the time that we sold the China cabinet when we were down here for the 5-day anniversary sale, and the customer took it and had it on their truck before I realized my briefcase and all my papers and stuff was in it, and I had to run out the door and beg them to let me get my stuff back out of there. They looked a little skeptical, but they did let me go in and get it.
The time that I picked up a blouse and off the floor and found, and it wasn't a doggy poo-poo.
Oh, okay.
What was the day of the earthquake like here?
Oh, God, forget it. I thought I was going to go in to have my baby. It was too much nerves. That was the craziest. Things were falling, breaking everywhere. Luckily, the China cabinets didn't break, because they just kept going like it didn't fall, but it was swerving. Otherwise, we had more glass broken instead of just in housewares.
I think it was about 5 years ago, and maybe more, maybe about 7 years ago, I had an earthquake here. I came here in the morning, and I was just about to come and fill the machines, and I was by the men's room, and all of a sudden I felt the ground start shaking, and I looked around and the floor was rippling, and all the fixtures up here were all moving around, and there was a girl that worked here, and I just grabbed her and I pulled her like into the men's bathroom, and then she kind of like just went, you know. But we just stood under the door, but it was kind of scary. Everybody, it was real quiet in here.
Oh yeah, let me tell you one thing. I was helping this customer one time. This is really funny. Come closer. If there's any kids in the audience, come closer. I was helping the customer, and what happened was I was going to set up a top account for the customer. So as I was setting up the top account, I was writing up the sales check, and first of all, they kind of got an education. So they had to wait for the top account to be approved. So they're walking around the store, waiting for the top account to be approved. Finally, the top account's approved. Stop smiling. Finally, the top account's approved, and then I'm getting ready to ring it up in the register. Then all of a sudden they say, after I ring it up, they want to defer it. So I got to void the sales check, write the whole bedroom set back up in the sales check, and after it's a long story, so stay with us. And after I write the whole sales check up, then I put it in as deferred, and I put everything in. I forgot to put the delivery charge.
Oh my God.
So after I did that, they're still waiting. I'm stalling them. No, I still got them on. You know, the guy that looked like he's trying to see sweating and stuff. And
How much was the sale for?
It was about like $1,900.
But the money doesn't mean nothing to you.
Money doesn't mean nothing. To serve the customer is the first thing. There we go. But to make a long story short, I got everything taken care of. They're out of the store within about 45 minutes, and I took my lunch hour, which I was, getting ready to do earlier.
My most memorable moment at Macy's Clearance Center was when the 6'4" guy that we were getting ready to arrest, thank God Terry Brown was with me. I was always never intimidated, but this guy just stopped dead in his tracks when I tried to do the little handcuff thing, and he just looked at me and he goes, "Don't do that." And I just froze because it was the first time that I realized how foolish I had been all these years, stopping these people, putting my life in this danger and not even thinking twice about it. This is when I decided to make a career change.
I'm trying to remember the name of the security guard. He left to go in the military and everything.
Greg Mack.
Okay. He had used somebody else's credit card and we got a 44. We went out to dinner and they brought, Joanne says, bring that up. So we brought that up at dinner time, how he got a 44 on his credit card, and by accident he picked up the wrong card. And I said that was really a ride for security to have someone else's credit card.
And getting a 44.
Getting a 44 on it. He said, that can't be right. I don't know anything on my bill.
I think one of the funny things was when Donna Apperson was the manager in the cashiers and customer service, and it was her birthday, and there was a great big aide come in to wish her happy birthday. I don't remember who hired them, but that was one of the funniest moments in the store.
Ernie Rutherford.
What about Ernie?
I was just laughing. Ernie, he was laughing.
He's a good guy. I liked him.
Working with Ruben was very memorable. There was one time when we had a huge sale, and it was very chaotic. You know how sales could be here with the numbers and all that thing, all those things. And I was at the register, and so like Johnny and a couple other employees, and Ruben was helping this lady, and apparently the lady thought it was a different kind of discount, but she goes, isn't this like 50 and then another 50% discount? And then Ruben, in his own way, kind of said, oh no, they lied, so pulled it off pretty smoothly.
What was your funniest memory of NCC?
That was the one right there. Yeah, that was the funniest. Yeah.
Just this one.
Which one?
This one. Now, this is probably the most fun. I usually just come in and shop for 4 or 5 hours and then leave.
Right now.
When I found out we were all going to get fired. What's your fondest, most memorable experience here at the Clearance Center?
Leaving.
Working 5 years, there were too many of them.
Too many to mention.
To being embarrassed working here is the big one. When people say, oh, where do you work? And you say Macy's, and they say, oh, which one? And you say, oh, in Stevens Creek.
Well, I believe my saddest thing is when I decide to leave.
saddest and biggest mistakes.
I know. You couldn't be getting laid off now if you stuck with
I
it.
know. I would have been.
Back when I was ready-to-wear manager, and we had merchandise coming out of our ears, our job was to take the clothing and get it out as fast as possible. The company had run out of rolling racks and sent them in big D-containers, which meant we had to open them up, pull out the clothes, hang them on the racks, and then send them over onto the floor and sell them. Problem was, our floor would get full when we got too much merchandise. The entire floor was covered. Each rack was so tight that you couldn't even pull out a garment. So we had 75% sales. What did that mean? Man, we had to man the register with 16 cashiers, take care of the 600 people in line. What was the problem there also? The floor would be a mess, so we had to clean the floor in the morning. So we had to process more, pick up more, and sell more with the limited staff. Fortunately, everyone pulled together, put in extra hours, and finally, after working 12-hour days, we finally got caught up for that period, till the next truck came.
It was all a big memory. One big memory that I'm slowly forgetting.
Every day is just a fun thing here. There's nothing special.
Every day.
Every day. She'd be good on the
Every
middle.
day was funny.
I had a ball working here. I did. Crazy, but I had a ball.
Anything special you remember about MCC?
Oh, yes.
Such as?
Hey, I'll tell you those later.
Okie
I think I
dokie.
can say them on tape.